Hey guys, True Knight here. So before we get into the video, I wanted to call to your attention. I do sell a lot on eBay. So if you guys are watching out the videos and everything and you're checking them out, and you're interested at all, please come to my eBay channel and just let me know, hey, True, this is so and so. I watched your video. It was a great video or something like that. Saw your commercial before the video. I'm interested in this deck. I tend to be a one-stop shop for deck cores. So like you'll see here a Mana DM deck that has pretty much the entire deck core with Scareclaw, the entire Voices Voice deck, a Centurion engine, a Sprite engine with Tri-Brigade, an entire Fiendsmith core. I like to, when I'm building a deck, I build all of its different variants. A big one that you'll see here is I have White Forest. It has Euro printed common stuff, but I also have the extra Americanized printed ones. But you'll also see it'll come with like the pure version staples, the Centurion package, and Runic package. So you'll just kind of get like everything you're looking for in that one thing, kind of thing. So please let me know if you're interested. I also carry Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Commander decks. I have like some cool stuff, some singles for Lorcana, and then other miscellaneous stuff. I have a whole bunch of football cards from 1990s. Just shoot me a message. I got a really great mat. I have several mats that I'll be posting throughout the week, so you'll see that too. So, but that'll be it for right now. Sorry to talk to your ear before we even get into the video, but I just wanted to call it to your attention because I am looking to move a lot of it. So please let me know if you're interested. Alright, enjoy the video, guys. Peace. Hey guys, True Knight here today. So I wanted to go over something that happened. As you can see, today is the 3rd. On the 2nd, yesterday, I went to a tournament. It was a free box tournament. Free entry, everything. You got a pack with entry. It was pretty cool. It was just like the store owner said it was a thank you for coming in on a holiday kind of thing. So we had a pretty stacked tournament. I'm not gonna lie, we had 26 players. My whole goal of this was to see what people are playing post Banlist, because I don't know what to think. I feel like Konami did a lot of moves to make it look like on paper a lot of change happened. However, in my personal opinion, there was like maybe 3 impactful, like meaningful hits. And so I wanted to see if the player base proved my logic. So midway through the tourney, I asked people, and I walked around with a piece of paper and an envelope and just said, please write down what you're playing, because I'm not going to look at it. Please give it to the store owner once we get it completed, and I'm going to take it home with me because I just want to see what the breakdown is. So 26 players. 16 Yubel Fiendsmith. 4 Tenpai. So you're at 20 right there. That leaves 6 players, okay? 16 Yubel decks. And then the remaining 6 decks, we had 1 Runic Stun, 1 White Forest Pure, 1 Centurion, 1 Memento, 1 Trap Tricks, and 1 Labyrinth. And these guys that I can say wholeheartedly, I know who they are, because that's the decks I always see them playing at locals whenever I go. I haven't played in 4 months, but that's what I watched them play, so it's pet decks kind of thing. Except for Memento. Memento is new. My thought process was right. We went from Snake Eye Tier 0, insert Yubel Fiendsmith. And the reason I'm saying it's Tier 0 is because the top 4 players that all split the box were all playing Yubel. So in my opinion, just from my level of play, where I'm at with locals, beginning out, new Banlist, we are seeing nothing but Yubel in the top. Let me explain my tournament. I went X-1. I went X-1, we cut to top 8, and I lost in top 8 to Yubel. I have owned Tenpai for 2 months. I bought it midway through last format because I thought post Banlist it's surely going to be one of the top decks, and it is. It is one of the top decks. I learned how to play I learned how to play Tenpai yesterday. I've never even opened it up. I've got it right here. I actually already unsleeved it because I got some new cool sleeves that I'm going to be putting on them last night. Shoutouts to the store and all, but I got some silver Dragon Shield sleeves that I can't wait to try out. Hopefully they look pretty. I saw somebody playing them and I thought it'd be a really cool aesthetic with my mat, and I'm picky like that, so don't judge me. But anyway, so my turn experience went as followed. I went in with a very simplistic game plan, as you can see by the deck list, right? I am playing for potentially going second most of the time. Even if I won the dice roll, I'm telling my opponent go second. I'm going second. My thought process was simple. I want to react, let them build their board, and just break through. Okay? I opted to only play 3 Bestials and not 2 Bestials and 1 Prosperity because I didn't want to rely on it. And I had a feeling that we're going into a heavy Yubel, like Light Fiend, Voiceless Voice, Light Monsters, Dark Monsters, Yubel Monsters, so I knew Bestials were going to do work, and they did. Bestials were working that whole tournament. So for me, it was very simplistic, and you hear a lot of the top blind players saying, God, I hate Tenpai. It's just so crazy, you know, all they do is play their 4 board breakers and then summon Paidra or summon Chandra and just go off and and yeah, that's what my tournament experience was. I draw multiple times. I drew into Thrust, I had a Bestial, I had a starter, and then I'd have like one of these, and I would just... Now, here's what I can say it wouldn't make sense to the average goer. True, why are you playing evenly matched? Well, as much as you rely on the battle phase for your deck, it's the optimum thing you want to do is get to battle phase. When you're going against negate boards that you know you can't just beat with the board breaker you have in hand, you gotta draw it out, guys. So I had a game where I had Chandra, I had Shifter, I had Regeki, I had Terraforming, and I drew evenly for turn. And I tried Terraforming, my opponent ashed it. I had a Bestial in hand, and I held on to it because my opponent, I missed the timing. This was round 1, and I was learning fresh off the Tenpai train, practicing with the store tournament runner for about an hour beforehand. That's where I learned the basic Tenpai combos. So I missed timing. And I was kicking myself in the nuts, but I was just like, alright, well, maybe I'll draw a second board breaker, and then maybe I can just use this as my first summon, draw out a negate, and then drop down Chandra. So I sequenced it with, I went into Shifter. Shifter dropped, my opponent made a half board, I was going against Yubel, they got to Varutus, and then drew this, they negated the board break, they had negate with Ash, and I had this, and I had Shifter dropped. So I had left in my hand was Baldrake, I had Chandra, and I had Evenly. So I just went battle phase. Opponent said, okay. My opponent knew what I was on. Most of the store knew what I was on pre-tournament because I was practicing in front of all of them. And then I said, end of battle, evenly. And that's how I broke their board. I proceeded to special summon Bestial on their turn because the crackback came back where they drew a card, and I don't think it was a extender of any sorts. I can't remember, guys, I'm sorry, but I remember they drew and they said, holy crap, you wiped my board, I have no follow-up. Past turn, I drew into Singing Kainan, summoned Chandra, went to battle phase, won the game. So that was the logic behind evenly, was just a last-ditch effort to clear the board. So it worked out great for me. Another tech, why are you playing Zeus? You already played Black Rose. Because I felt like I remembered there was a lot of people that were swearing by Pearly and Kashtira, and I thought they were going to be real things, and so I was like, alright, well, I'm going to run into XYZs, and potentially we'll have to make a Zeus. Didn't see XYZ at all. So, didn't work out for me, but I feel like the logic is still there, so I'm keeping it. I like the extra deck for what it was. Destroyer did work. The Board Breakers all did work. Thrust did work. These guys did work. My favorite thing about Maul Charmy is it reminds me of Max C that when you drop a Charmy, like your opponent sometimes just kind of looks at you, pissed off, and says go. Cool. And they just don't have it. You can just say go. That's what the degeneracy of this deck is that it can run a lot of just, you get the glare from your opponent because you know you're on some degenerate crap, but it happens, you know? And it's a very helmet deck, it's very easy to pilot. Which brings me to my side deck. So, as you can see, true, why are you running a Kashtira engine in your side deck? I am not a subscriber to Heavenly Spheres Pass going first, and I don't want to just put all my faith into one card. So, I run an engine that I can support it. And let me show you my logic. So if I knew I was going first, you'd see me put this. I would side in the Kashtira engine. I would side out the Maul Charmies. I would side in the Kashtira engine. I'd side out the Raigekis. I would side in the Heat Waves. I would take out the Dark Holes. I would put in the Ash Blossoms. Sorry, this is a lot of tediousness. Now, this was a, if you're going against a light and dark deck, you can do it. Pretty simplistic. If I'm going against Yubel, I'm putting this guy in, regardless. And sometimes I would either take out, like, one of these, but you really don't want to lose a starter. And I took it out one time and I regretted it. So what I actually ended up doing was here and here. So a lot of times going first, because I played against Yubel in the 4 rounds, it was 5 rounds, I'm sorry. Out of 5 rounds, I played against 3 Yubel, 1 Tenpai Mirror, and 1, what do you call it? Memento. That was my matchups. So, for the 3 Yubels, when I was going first, because I always assumed game 2, if I won game 1, I always assumed my opponent's making me go first. This is exactly how the deck looked. This is what my going first game looked like. It was my logic because I have follow-up for Bestials if I have them in hand. I'm relying heavily on a Kashtira engine. Now, here's the one thing that I should have done. I maybe should have taken out 1 nib and put in Birth and had ran a thicker package with the Kashtira stuff. That's what I should have done, I think. However, I liked my side the way I set it up because it was just a purely, I'm trying to go second for game 1, and if I have to go first, so be it. I'm putting in a whole bunch of going first cards. Very simplistic, but it got the job done, guys. I went X-1. I lost to Yubel. And then I lost to Yubel in top 8. The Mementos I beat, and the Tenpai Mirror match I beat. Because my opponent was playing hand traps in Tenpai, and then they sided into Board Breakers, whereas I was playing this. So, it was just very different logic and everything like that. One thing I think I'll flirt with, because I don't know if I'm going to keep playing this deck, because I was just like, I remember driving home just feeling dirty. I was like, I gotta wash myself off, because this is just like, it's so degenerate. It's so degen. But at the same time, it's cheap and it wins. You know, in my opinion, it's cheap, because at a locals level, I don't need to play Mulch Armies. They're going to reprint the hell of this card before they ban it, so it's going to be coming in next year's Rarity Collection. It's going to be coming, and I'm calling it Rarity Collection, but it's going to be something new that Konami makes up. Fingers crossed, full arts. But they got to do something after the 25th century, quarter century stuff. So that's my thought process with that, is that at a local level, I don't think I really need the Mulch Armies. It was just nice to have. If I was competing at like a YCS, I'd play the Mulch Armies, but I can't justify going to a locals with $150 in cards just for going second. Like, it's just not a smart move. So for me, this was really cool. It worked. It worked great. I had fun with it. It was very much either you got it or you don't to your opponent. Your opponent just knew too, like, okay, either I got this or they're just gonna stomp on me, you know? And why did you play Nibiru, True? Because it's one of the most broken cards in the game right now. And even going against Yubel, against a poor Yubel player who's expecting you to be on not Nibiru, may sequence their combos stupidly and not go into Phantom as early as they needed to, and you can just catch them. The Bestials were for the guy that can double the attack or something. I can't remember his name. Swarmer, something like that. I hit a lot of those throughout the tourney. It was just, you had an answer for everything. It was just a matter of getting to it. Now, after tourney, what are my thoughts about the 1 Prosperity? I would have liked to have played it. What would I have taken out for it? I might have taken out one of the talent or the thrusts and just ran 1-1 the whole tourney. Something of that nature. And maybe I would take out Baldrake and just run the 2 Bestials. But it also depends on your read, guys. Like, if you feel like the room is going to be filled with Yubel, you can't go wrong with Bestials. So it's really kind of hard. You know, maybe even just play 2 Imperm and 1 Prosperity. Kind of thing. You play enough interruption as is, but creature negation is always good. So it's just, it's what you guys are feeling at the time, right? So, but this was my experience. Last night I posted the list on eBay because I was just like, ugh, I don't want to keep it. I had a night to sleep on it. Worked out this morning, got my son to school, and driving home I was like, it was actually kind of fun. Maybe I'll keep it. So. But yeah, let me know if you guys like the deck list like this, where I can just put it all on here up front, like this, instead of doing it on paper. I know a lot of people prefer paper and all that, but I told you guys I would be trying out deck lists this way in September, back in August. So, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys like this? Not like it? Critiques, things like that. But also, let me know your builds at Tenpai. What's working for you? What's gelling for you? You know, what makes the most sense to you? I'm a big proponent of better have a good plan for going first, especially with a deck that just wants to go second. So that's my thought process. Let me know what you guys think about these ratios right here. I know it's kind of weird. I only play 1-1 and 2 of this, but I really like the summoning deck, especially with this effect to tribute, special, and then you can special somebody other grave. So that was my thought process. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd appreciate any kind of criticism, any kind of critiques, and yeah, that'll be it for me. I'm thinking about what I'll take out for this. Honestly, I might just add in like a third, evenly put in a Prosperity and just call it 40, or I might add in 1 more Bestial and make it 4 Bestials, maybe 2 Juris Army. So because if Colorado is going to be so huge on Yubel, which it seems like everybody's already playing, Bestials are going to put in work this format. So yeah, that'll be it for me, guys. Be kind, be respectful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yes, let's go. Come on, come on. Level heavy metal, lead foot up on the pedal.